An ambulance races through the night to the hospital's emergency room, where Yoo Hye-jung, Park Shin-hye, is already on duty. In a locker room, she remarks, "If you're destined to meet a person, you will eventually. The person I'm destined to meet is here." Inside the chaotic ER, death is ordinary, even to the injured Hyung Nim, who barely reacts as fate unfolds. A gang creates trouble until Hye-jung steps in. With swift, ruthless moves, she disarms the ruffians trying to force her to escort them outside. Even when the injured gang leader refuses treatment from a woman, she orders them away and efficiently subdues the troublemakers. After apologizing sarcastically for bruised egos and treating the Hyung Nim, she shifts into another chapter of her life, a past filled with rebellion and heartbreak. 13 years earlier, a defiant Hye-jung is in her school office, blasting music against strict rules. After a scolding from a teacher who predicts her eventual downfall, she defiantly leaves school. A heated exchange with her teacher escalates when she threatens to ruin the teacher's day. At home, her father's warnings about losing support mix with brutal blows, leaving Hye-jung bitter. In a savage exchange, she tells her father to kill her, just as he did her mother, before he abandons her at her grandmother's place in the countryside. There, Grandma, Kim Young-ae, welcomes Hye-jung with tough love, urging her to behave, though Hye-jung retorts that she's used to being cast aside. School life remains turbulent. A teacher, Hong Ji-hong, Kim Rae-won, known for his balanced sternness, struggles to manage unruly students including Jin Seo-woo, Lee Sung-kyung, and her friend Chun Soon-hee. Meanwhile, Hye-jung's rebellious streak shows when she stealthily lifts a CD from a music store, only to be caught by Ji-hong. The ensuing altercation, filled with witty banter and rough physicality, forces Hye-jung to acknowledge her student status reluctantly, deepening an unspoken connection between them. The conflicts spill over into night as school bullies harass Soon-hee in the bathroom. Hye-jung, clad in a new all-black outfit, steps in and defends her new friend with relentless force, inadvertently earning Soon-hee's admiration and loyalty. Later, at a club brimming with confrontation, Hye-jung engages in a vicious fight with old rivals. Amid chaotic brawls and police intervention, she escapes with Soo-chul on a motorcycle, leaving behind a trail of broken alliances. Back at the hospital, Ji-hong juggles his duty as both a teacher and a son. His father's covert surgery and power struggles at the hospital paint a complex picture of family expectations and personal ambition. A tense reunion at Grandma's place brings Hye-jung and Ji-hong together under unexpected circumstances, forcing them into close quarters. Their awkward exchanges reveal a simmering tension, as well as hints of vulnerability, just as Hye-jung's new reality beckons her back to school. In class, Ji-hong finds himself reluctantly mentoring Hye-jung, while the echoes of past fights and unresolved grudges simmer under the surface. In the science room, after a scuffle over apology letters, Ji-hong yields to Hye-jung's rebellious spirit, swinging a stick as she ponders fate and the inevitable encounters that shape her life. Hye-jung walks the corridors of her new high school while the principal complains about her being a troublemaker. As she's led to the teacher's office, she reflects that living carelessly is self-abuse, and over time, that abuse becomes strangely entertaining. Out of the corner of her eye, she spots Ji-hong smiling at a bouquet of flowers, and she wishes he wasn't her homeroom teacher. But fate won't let her have it any other way. We cut back to the cliffhanger from last episode. Hye-jung readies herself as Ji-hong swings a rod. In that tense moment, she can't help but wonder how long she'll continue living this reckless life. Just before the blow lands, Ji-hong stops, choosing not to hit her. Hye-jung mulls over the fact that his mercy means she's already received her punishment. Ji-hong teases her about working with Granny and criticizes her for acting like a granddaughter, words that trigger a painful memory in him. In a flashback, a young Ji-hong sings in the back of a car with his parents when a truck rams them, flipping the vehicle over. Amid the wreckage and tragedy that claimed his family, tow truck drivers bicker instead of helping. That moment taught Ji-hong that people put their lives before others' suffering. After class, Hye-jung excuses herself and is joined by Soon-hee, who introduces herself as Yura, though Hye-jung corrects her using her actual name. Clinging to Hye-jung, Soon-hee chatters non-stop about her life. Hye-jung, teasingly asking if Soon-hee is a lesbian, is caught off guard by her innocent admission, and, in a rare moment of softness, calls her sort of cute. Soon-hee beams and sticks by her side like a duckling. Later that day, as Hye-jung leaves school, Soo-chul waits by the gate with his motorcycle. Hye-jung dismisses his clinginess while Soon-hee chases after her, asking about a uniform and chatting about a secondhand store. Meanwhile, Ji-hong sits in his room when Grandma enters and bows, asking him to value Hye-jung's future over her past. He smiles at Grandma's sudden shift in mood and gently reassures her that Hye-jung is smart. On her way home, Hye-jung encounters Ji-hong once more. Their encounter is interrupted when a pregnant mother nearby faints and her water breaks. Ji-hong takes charge, ordering Hye-jung to call an ambulance while he performs emergency procedures. With the patient stabilized and the ambulance arriving, Ji-hong and Hye-jung are thrown together in a tense moment of crisis. At the hospital, the surgery is successful, and Ji-hong stands by as life begins anew for the rescued mother and child. Later, riding a bike together, Ji-hong lets Hye-jung win a race across a bridge. In a brief downpour, she gifts him the CD he had tried to buy before, confessing jealousy. As the rain subsides, both hurry off to face the next challenge at school, their intertwined lives continuing to evolve with each passing day. Ji-hong walks along a boardwalk, explaining that the amygdala drives both love and aggression. His musings are interrupted when Seo-woo's mother makes a snide remark about his past scandal. Determined to protect his students, Ji-hong warns that if she pushes for Hye-jung's expulsion, he'll sue for defamation. Soon after, he submits his resignation to the school's principal, leaving behind his role as a doctor-turned-teacher, a loss the principal bitterly laments. Later, Hye-jung and Soon-hee sit in the back of a police car while Seo-woo is rushed away in an ambulance, still unconscious. As Soon-hee fusses over Hye-jung's burn wound, Hye-jung insists they keep their meeting secret from Ji-hong, hoping to spare him further entanglement in her troubled life. At the police station, with only Soon-hee's father present, an officer warns Hye-jung that though taking the fall might seem cool, the world is far from forgiving. In-ju visits Ji-hong to congratulate him on re-entering her life, but before dinner plans can be made, Soon-hee calls with news of the latest incident. Ji-hong then goes to the hospital, where a tearful Seo-woo confronts him about how Hye-jung tried to kill her, accusing him of preferring Hye-jung over her. Ji-hong, though hurt, insists that Seo-woo is smart and beautiful before leaving. At the police station, Ji-hong insists on treating Hye-jung's wound despite her protests, reminding her that society judges people like her more harshly. In a moment of vulnerability, Hye-jung thanks him and bids their farewell, pleading that they no longer see each other. Meanwhile, family tensions simmer. Grandma desperately calls Hye-jung's estranged father, who ignores her while she visits Seo-woo at the hospital and later trudges through the streets, burdened by a difficult legal case. At the police station, Grandma brings food to Hye-jung, leading to a bitter exchange about abandonment and responsibility. When officers accidentally knock Grandma down, she breaks into uncontrollable sobs, recalling happier times when Hye-jung celebrated her academic success. Ji-hong later discusses his future with his own father and makes plans to apply to Johns Hopkins before leaving. In a tender moment, In-ju takes responsibility for Hye-jung's care, warning Ji-hong to tread carefully with a minor. Back home, Grandma, masking her own pain, confides that she has stomach cancer, a revelation that shatters Hye-jung. As Hye-jung returns to her cell, her sobs are nearly silent. The day unfolds further in a maelstrom of regret and anger. Soon he admits to starting a fire, a confession that brings the threat of detention, and Seo-woo's mother demands Hye-jung's expulsion. In a desperate hospital meeting, Seo-woo and Hye-jung face painful flashbacks of when Hye-jung risked her life protecting her. A bitter rooftop confrontation leaves Hye-jung on her knees, begging for reconciliation that never comes. Time fast forwards 13 years. In a busy emergency room, a gangster boss's violent rampage is halted when a now resolute Hye-jung single-handedly defeats his goons. Meanwhile, Seo-woo, sporting lipstick mishaps and awkward encounters with her crush Jung Yoon-do, finds herself drawn into the chaos once again. In room 2 of the hospital, Hye-jung performs surgery on the gangster boss, calm and in control, reminding us that life's battles persist, and so does her fierce determination. Hye-jung walks the department store corridor, narrating how success changes how people see you. Yet, without someone to share it with, it feels empty. Ever since losing her only family, her drive to succeed faded. Meanwhile, in the hospital, Hye-jung quizzes Kyung-joon on brain scan images for a patient. He gets one answer right, then confidently gives the wrong second answer. Frustrated, Hye-jung orders him to prepare an emergency surgery room, ignoring hospital rules because the patient's life comes first. Once she leaves, Kyung-joon takes out his anger on Kang-soo. On the way to the hospital with an unconscious restaurant owner, Yoon-do scolds Seo-woo for her earlier reaction. Seo-woo confesses a high school trauma involving a fire and a bullying incident, explaining why she freezes when danger looms. Back in the OR, Hye-jung preps for surgery, even shaving the patient's head herself. Kyung-joon watches in awe as she works swiftly and precisely, dismissing his compliments with nonchalance. After surgery, Yoon-do prepares for his case and tells Kyung-joon to inform Hye-jung when he's done. Kang-soo rushes to stop Hye-jung from leaving, delivering a message while she teases him about hating to wait. Soon after Yoon-do finishes his surgery and Hye-jung meets him at a nearby cafe, where soon he hums softly while cleaning tables. Hye-jung hands Soon-hee a gift, a sign she was thinking of grandma, and they share a quiet moment before a text from Yoon-do calls her back to the hospital. Throughout the day, tensions rise among the staff. Kang-soo secretly admires Hye-jung online, while Kyung-joon scolds him for his nosiness. In another part of the hospital, Seo-woo and a third-year resident, Young-kook, discuss Seo-woo's plans to confess her feelings to Kyung-do, only to be advised against it because of the appearance of a promising new fellow scouted by Chief Physician Tai-ho. Later, at Yoon-do's office, Hye-jung apologizes for inviting him off duty, but Yoon-do remains unconvinced about her judgment during surgery. He warns that she must justify her decisions at the upcoming conference, leaving Hye-jung defiant about her choices and hinting at hidden personal truths. Seo-woo catches up with her, questioning whether she's really here because of Ji-hong's recent appointment, a revelation that leaves Hye-jung momentarily stunned as Seo-woo shouts that Ji-hong married In-ju. The tension between the doctors escalates into a series of high-stakes surgical challenges and personal confrontations. Ji-hong and Hye-jung eventually cross paths at the gym. Their playful, yet intense physical sparring turns into an intimate moment as Ji-hong, insisting he isn't married, locks eyes with Hye-jung. In that charged silence, Hye-jung narrates, "Unresolved pasts will always come back to find you, whether it's love or resentment." Determined not to be beat up again, Ji-hong puts Hye-jung in a chokehold. In dangerous situations, the body reacts out of habit. She narrates, recalling that childhood instincts, once ingrained, can't be replaced. Hye-jung flips Ji-hong over and holds him down until he surrenders, only for him to get on top of her. Their closeness becomes awkward, so they sit up. Hye-jung suggests they not engage in physical combat again, and Ji-hong simply replies, "Just because." Meanwhile, Seo-woo and Yoon-do check on the restaurant owner, who has just awoken from her surgery. As she responds well to orders, Yoon-do leaves with instructions for Kyung-joon. Seo-woo follows Yoon-do and, seizing the moment, confesses, I like you. Yoon-do rejects her, explaining that his type is different, claiming to have matured from heartbreak. He wonders if she's worried about Hye-jung, who clearly has a complex past, but Seo-woo insists she isn't. Yoon-do, however, confides that he finds Hye-jung disrespectful, unskilled, and defiant, and even hints at drastic measures if she isn't removed from the hospital. Later, as Ji-hong walks Hye-jung home, he tells her she's shown him that reality can exceed imagination, never expecting her to become a doctor. She remarks that education helped her climb the social ladder, only to be interrupted when a motorcycle zooms by. Ji-hong pulls her close to protect her, and then offers to teach her how to insert a catheter freehand, an offer she excitedly accepts. He then places his hands on her shoulders and tells her she also needs to learn how to accept protection. Hye-jung protests that she can take care of herself, but Ji-hong insists that protection is essential when life gets rocky. The past, he says, can only be accepted. Impressed yet defiant, she listens as he jokes, "Just because," before soon being greeted by Soon-hee, who congratulates Ji-hong on his marriage and clears up a misunderstanding. The next morning, tardy residents Jun-dae and Kang-soo are scolded by Kyung-jun for oversleeping. In the hospital, Ji-hong checks on patients and assures Tae-ho that he'll leave soon for vacation time while claiming Hye-jung as his fellow. Tae-ho, meanwhile, sits in a meeting where Director Myung-hoon awards extra spending to the General Surgery Department for high profits, then criticizes Tae-ho's department for its performance. High-level discussions occur between Director Hong, Director Jin, and Myung-hoon regarding the hospital's future, revenue challenges, and privatization. Back on the floor, Hye-jung orders Kang-soo to keep checking on the gangster boss's surgical wound as she heads to the ICU. Yoon-do and Seo-woo continue to check on the restaurant owner, and soon, Yoon-do calls Kang-soo about a new patient. Yoon-do orders Hye-jung into the OR. When questioned about her casual lab coat, she defiantly insists on performing the surgery herself, determined not to be underestimated despite being threatened with expulsion if she fails. The surgery begins with Hye-jung taking the reins as Ji-hong assists. Suddenly, the patient's blood pressure drops. Yoon-do orders her to hand over the surgery to Ji-hong, but she presses on. Finding the hemorrhage's source, she completes the procedure successfully. Afterward, Yoon-do apologizes and promises to respect her decisions. As Ji-hong and Hye-jung share a quiet moment outside a bench, he asks, "Are you happy now?" She confesses that she isn't. Her new life was meant for her grandma, who is now gone. Ji-hong then admits that he likes her and regrets letting her ride away on that motorcycle. Moments later, a mysterious attacker appears in Boss's hospital room, setting off a chain of violent events that leave Hye-jung trapped and blood spilling. As she struggles beneath the assailant, she narrates, "Forgiveness isn't as light as it sounds." Ji-hong runs down a busy street and narrates, "The value of precious things can only be appraised after they're lost." In a flashback, little Ji-hong happily enjoys the food his mother left for him. He recalls that as a child he didn't know the mundane aspects of life were the most valuable, until he later lost his parents, watching helplessly as doctors fought to save them. That loss fueled his hatred for anything that destroys his everyday life. Dashing into the boss's room, Ji-hong finds Hye-jung sprawled on the ground with a pool of blood forming beneath her. Yoon-do quickly rises to help, pushing an attacker off Hye-jung, only to discover that the assailant is the one bleeding. Regaining his senses, Ji-hong yells at Yoon-do for letting this situation unfold, and they engage in a heated shouting match. Hye-jung intervenes, reminding them that two patients need their attention. Uncle Pa-ran soon arrives, called to perform an operation on the attacker. With his characteristic wink, he teases Hye-jung that after their third encounter today, by the fourth they'll be dating. Ji-hong shoos him away as Hye-jung laughs, noting that his pickup lines haven't changed. She explains that Yoon-do's quick action, Trip had him lose balance, actually saved her, and Ji-hong admits he's surprised by his own anger. Before leaving, Ji-hong pulls Hye-jung into a brief hug. He thanks her in his own gruff way, calling her dumb as he lets go, leaving her flustered. Hye-jung then checks on the boss's condition using CT scans. Satisfied that no further surgery is required, she orders Kyung-jun to return the patient to his room and monitor him while chiding him for wasting time on useless matters instead of focusing on his thesis. Later, Yoon-do walks through the hallway absent-mindedly. Hye-jung calls out after him. He tries to hide his embarrassment and run, but she catches up. She thanks him again, and when he misinterprets her tone as mockery, she demonstrates a few martial arts moves, reminding him that she's a professional mixed martial artist. Yoon-do, too embarrassed to hear further praise, watches her leave with a hand over his pounding heart. Back in her office, Hye-jung lies on a couch for a moment before opening a handbook and retrieving a card with a file number on it. Meanwhile, Myung-hoon and Director Jin practice golf while discussing their plans to privatize the hospital. Seo-woo's mother pesters Seo-woo about her marriage prospects and even mentions Yoon-do. Myung-hoon chimes in, urging Seo-woo to set a wedding date, though she resists forcing Yoon-do into anything. That same morning, Yoon-do leaves his apartment for work. Ji-hong and Uncle Pa-ran join him in a carpool, their banter lightening the mood as they tease Yoon-do about returning to formalities. Yoon-do drives grumpily, but eventually apologizes to Ji-hong for last night's yelling. Later, Hye-jung waits outside Ji-hong's office holding a potted plant, a small gift that doubles as a bribe. Yoon-do stops by to chat briefly, asking her where she bought it and hinting she should ask a question in return. Their exchange is clumsy, leaving Yoon-do fumbling with his office password as Hye-jung watches, puzzled by his behavior. In the midst of a staff meeting, Kyung-jun explains a patient's condition using complex medical jargon that confuses a guardian. Tai-ho steps in, scolding everyone to communicate clearly and with empathy. Soon after, Ji-hong invites Hye-jung into his office. She hands him the plant and a note with Grandma's surgery file number. Ji-hong rips up the note, telling her to forget it, though he later apologizes, explaining he did it out of pity. Frustrated, Hye-jung vows that if Ji-hong won't help, she'll find another way to retrieve that file. As she sits lost in thought, Yoon-do interrupts to ask if she's crying, then informs her that the police are here to take their report about the knife attack. Reluctantly, she agrees to go with him. Later, Seo-woo and Young-kook discuss the situation in the cafeteria. Seo-woo teases that Hye-jung stole her old friend, while Young-kook suggests her complicated family life is part of the reason she's so guarded. Hye-jung, now dealing with her stepmother's unexpected visit as a new patient, tells the nurse to set up MRI scans. Her stepmother sneers at her detached attitude, but Hye-jung retorts that she'll never be the mother her stepmother claims to be. After a series of personal and professional confrontations, Yoon-do leaves a voicemail promising to handle the stepmother's case, and Seo-woo overhears his reluctant apology. Later, Hye-jung visits her family's restaurant, recalling bittersweet memories of Grandma and her father. When Ji-hong calls, she hangs up on him, determined to handle things herself. In a final emotional moment, Hye-jung meets Ji-hong. He hands her an envelope containing Grandma's file, admitting he did a favor for her. Suddenly, rain starts to pour, and Ji-hong offers his jacket as an umbrella. They run together under the jacket and end up in a telephone booth. Recalling a shared moment from the past, Ji-hong quotes Vivian Green, "Life is not about waiting for the storms to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain." He plays the Ella's There She Goes, and soon they're dancing and laughing in the rain. Finally, after a pause filled with unspoken emotions, Ji-hong approaches Hye-jung and kisses her. We hope you enjoyed this recap. If you want to see part 2, smash that subscribe button and like the video.